Hello and welcome. So, I am going to take a look at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword. This is being published on Sunday, the 13th of July 2025, and it's another hot, sunny Sunday morning. I've got the window open, so hopefully not too many noises are going to come streaming in. No planes overhead, as sometimes happens. Today's setter is Harpo. I haven't come across Harpo a lot. I don't think we've had a cryptic from them for a few months now. Um, but I think they're pretty good. They're not too bad. They're pretty much on ski. So I think that's probably enough of my waffling. I am going to reset the timer and crack on. Maybe a piece in the Guardian. I fixed that. There's no time on this, but yeah, cracking on. Maybe a piece in the Guardian. You thought it was a hidden word, but I can't see it. Maybe a piece. Article. The Guardian. Article. Don't know. Okay, one down. With difficulty. Cheers up. A hot drink having been knocked over. Gosh, something to a something with difficulty at a. I'm going to put an A there at don't know. Awfully abhorrent men, not naturally suited to something. We seem to have an anagram of abhorrent men, possibly not. Not suited to something. T364. Looks like there's a the in there. I'm going to stick a the there. Don't know why. Just clubs give in to spreading of knowledge acquisition. Knowledge is 9 letters. Don't think that's an anagram of knowledge. Nope. Force through form of law. Force is exact. Exact, I think. Okay. Maybe they aren't going to be as nice as this one. Tries to block. Genuine practice run. Genuine would be real. Practice run would be rehearsal. Rehearsal, yeah, I think that's rehearsal. And here's is tries, and real is genuine. Yep. On to pronunciation of betrays in chambers. Betrays. Are we looking at a sound like then of betrays, which is to chambers, rooms? Not sure. Let's look at this one across. Big town, mostly protected by historic royal account. I think it's Reading and Reading, but big town mostly. Nah, maybe not. Big town is a city protected by historic royal account. Okay. Robust from American, made acceptable car components. Robust firm, sorry, American. So COUS or COA. Robust is solid. Made acceptable car components. What can I do with Kaus firm? American, COA, COUS. Nope. African kingdoms, extremely large, lush house. Lesotho, I think. Where's the U gone? Oh yeah, no, there. Lush is a sot. Gosh, okay. When I said Harpo, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I am going to revise that opinion. Deplorably, a pro laughs at pinching tramps memorabilia collections. So got an anagram of a pro laughs at. I think pinching tramps. I don't know what tramps is doing there. Memorabilia collections are. Not sure. Okay. Partly cauterized organs. Got any? That's partly cauterized. Uteri now. Hidden word across the middle. I was trying to figure out where the E was to work off of. Specific, tautological statement. Nothing more to discuss. That's all. That's that. So could that be that's that? Which is also a guess all those. I'm going to just put that much in to remind myself I might have that wrong. Dance in two circles. Lasso tango, tango, dance, tango. There's an O. So tango, rumba, congo, conga. Can't think of any other dances at this moment. Bolero. Cynthia liberally feeds borders of herbaceous plants. Hyacinths. I think it is hyacinths. I don't know. Hyacinths. I think I spelled that right. Hyacinths. Easy for me to say. Club's done all the downs are nice. Let's go on to this one down here. Musical arrangement nowhere near interesting enough originally as in musical Annie. An acrostic. Spy hints for shifting 50 tiny things. There's my 50 as an L. Spy. This one out of line. Solicitor perhaps holding up Cat's novel. I thought it was going to be the something. So that is the name of a book, I suppose. The out of line solicitor perhaps holding up cats. Can't see all the wordplays down there, and the means that begins with an E. It doesn't look very likely actually. Let's go on from there to this down. Do dad sucker, unfortunately. Sad sucker. Okay, so that's how I'm going sad sucker. Unfortunately, I assume it's the Anglo indicator. Something duck. It should be. Don't know. Okay, not sure about that one there. Beginning with E, and therefore that one beginning with the. Let's go on from there to this one. Hindu retreats from animals under tree. Hindu. Retreats. Oh, it's an ashram, isn't it? Ashrams. Is it? Retreats. Ashrams. So animals are rams going under the tree. Ashrams, yep. What could be stuffing? What could be stuffing? Heroin is H, yep. Top notch. A1 inside empty holder. Okay, hang on. Empty holder would be HR. What could be stuffing? Heroin. Top notch. I've got 2 H's in this. Not sure. Okay. Over here. Black market consumes bachelor. Black market. Consumes bachelor means there's a B in there. Word with B in it. Market is sale. Sable. I think the sable might be black. Not sure about that. Crushes young relatives. Crushes young relatives, sorry. Nephew. I thought his son or son going down there. Ending son would be. Can't see what crushes young. So it has to be a male relative, not really. Okay, let's do a bit of scrolling. Get everything back on the screen. Play both sides of early course demo for a broadcast. There's my A. Play both sides. Early course demo for a broadcast. Is that an anagram of early course broadcast? Course demo. Probably. Or maybe EY. Okay. What's 19? Dismiss defective item with missing cap. Eject. Eject and reject, I think. This one is Vacuous Roommate, qualifying for a makeover. Vacuous Roommate's an E, R-E. Makeover is a qualifying. Makeover. Redo. Rerun. Qualifying. Run. Not sure that's right. So 23, these two down the bottom. Legislator in Defence Association cutting first half of speech. So that's just first half of speech or rate. I don't think we can fit ECH in there, so first half of speech is SPE. So cut that. Defence Association is the UN, maybe. Legislator is a solicitor, nope. So we have a crime from boy, it's normally arson crime or treason. From boy is a son, after beverage around back of bar. Treason, yep, treason, T son, okay, that could be a relative son there as well. Crushes, young relative. I can't think what that is, young relative. Stepson? Steps on, okay. Steps on. Very good. Is that a resit? Do you qualify, makeover? Do you resit? Qualify, sit. Not sure about that. Okay, let's go back to the top. See where we're at. See what I've got, if anything, that's going to be a bit better. Get my brain in gear. Just check I'm still on screen correctly. Wow, okay, have to do some of these anagrams. Oh, I've got a bit more on this one now. With difficulty, cheers up. A hot drink having been knocked over. Or maybe not. With difficulty, something A. Just a touch, too much. At a reach, at a... Ooh. With difficulty. Difficulty is hard. Cheers up. In a rush. Why that would be in a rush? Cheers up. S-U-R. A hot drink having been knocked over. I don't even know that is an A, do I really? So look, this one ending in E. Maybe a piece in the Guardian. I think that might be an article, but article. A piece could be an article. A piece could be an article, could it? Not sure about that. Let's have a look at this. Clubs. Okay, C for clubs. Give into. Spreading that knowledge acquisition is. Surrender is to give in. Okay, that isn't really helping me. This one up here, RL. Big town. Mostly. Protect. So I think there's a city. That makes it a recital for an account, doesn't it? Oh, excuse me. Recital, which is interesting because I've got real again. Historic Royal is the real. Yeah, real is like Real Madrid is Royal, real tennis. Pronunciation of betrays in chambers. I have to close the window because there is indeed a plane coming across. Pronunciation betrays. Courts. Chambers are. Actually, we're not. Yeah, capital C is meant to point you towards it being a dictionary. Chambers, but. Not sure about that. Okay, what's this? Robust firm. If that's that's an H, is it? To make acceptable car components. Robust is to car components. Brakes doesn't fit there though. Don't know the name of the dance. Don't know if that is that specific tautological. Nothing more to discuss. Well, that's that. Is what you'd say. If there's nothing more to discuss, you say, well, that's that. Is that a tautological statement? Not sure. Deploria Pro laughs at pinching tramps. Okay, so I think we've got an anagram of A Pro laughs. Quite where that goes in terms of the rest. A Pro laughs. Tramps. Sure about that. Autograph. Yeah, autographs I think. Autograph books I suppose. Not books, autograph. See what I got rid of. A Pro laughs. Got tramp. Let's try that. Autograph. There's proms. Okay, let's do it the other way, which is to say, got A Pro, and we've got L for laughs, AUG, so LAUGH, and then laughs, there's an S at the end, pinching tramps, it's an LS, autograph, I thought we had an autograph book, autograph books, albums, why would albums be there? I think it's probably autograph albums. Let's go with that for now. Clubs give into. Oh, it's an anagram of give into then. Must be. Which is cognitive. Native. Can I spell cognitive? No, I can't. Cognitive. Yeah, cognitive. That can be article then, can't it? If that's cognitive. To the Borrow let's unlock this one. Borrow naturally to the it's an old phrase I'm not sure about. Abhorrent men not to the manner born now. Naturally yes. Okay, to the manner born's in. I think I'm going to have to go with that being. That's at a push down there, isn't it? At a push. Cheers up. Oh, it's a. Is it a hidden word backwards? No. I'll come to it later. I think it's at a push anyway. Betrays his cow's calls. It's this 5 touch. Tough. Tough is robust. Tough. Firm American. Tough co us. Doesn't really work. Made acceptable. Assume that is albums. And that is that. Autograph albums. I think tough is good though for robust. So tough. Let's forget about that bit for now. Come down here. What could be stuffing? Heroin, top notch, inside empty holder. Don't know, I'm thinking this is senator for a lawmaker. Let's have a see what's going on. Legislator is a senator, maybe. In Defence Association for cutting half a speech. Yeah, I think so. All right. Is it? Defence Association is NATO in SER. Speech, SER. can't think I need a six-letter word ending in ser for speech. I'm pretty certain that's censor anyway. The out of line solicitor, perhaps the lawyer, perhaps holding up cats. Is that Tom Sawyer? That's Tom Sawyer, isn't it? There we are. Lawyer Sawyer, Tom Sawyer. Yep, that makes sense. This becomes spy hints for shifting tiny things. Milmal. Ugh, not sure. This is what could be stuffing. What could be stuffing heroin? Is that anagram of heroin? Top notch A1 horsehair. Ah, heroin's horse. That's a nickname for it, I think. Yeah, I think. So horse with A1 inside HR. Okay. Play both sides. Early calls demo for a broadcast. Yeah, that's a kind of early calls demo, I think. Right, let's try and work out what I need to put into this anagram. I think the definition is probably play both sides, which makes this of early calls demo doesn't fit. Well, I think calls demo is definitely in there. And early has got an Y, but EY 4A. Could that be it? Seems a bit unlikely, but let's try it. In which case we're just looking at a play, aren't we? No, it's going to be no Shakespeare play, isn't it? I think A something of A Merchant of Venice. No. Let's go with that being Merry Wives of Windsor. No. Of refit. Oh, that'd be qualifying as fit. Yep. Refit. A Lovery of. I don't know. So yeah, it's the name of a play. So both sides of early is EY. Calls demo for A, I think. Which fits in with it being a Romeo of what's this? A modern thought some modern in that, a munnery, a mun. Oh golly, got too many letters here. Lots of R's. A. It's probably an ERY there, I think. Comedy of errors. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that is a Shakespeare play. Not sure. Comedy of errors. There we go. Got it anyway. This one. So all the bottom ones I have to. Is that right? So I don't need to do any more scrolling down. Good. So I'll probably just put it back to there and be done with, can't I? Oh, where's Doodad Sucker? Unfortunately. Do Dad Sucker. Unfortunately, free. Alas, is sad. Let's see. Sad Sucker. Sake Snow. It doesn't actually look like it fits. What could fit there? SR doesn't really. KR, DR could. In which case it's not gonna. Treason I'm happy with. Comedy of errors, treason I'm happy with. Sable I'm not entirely happy with, so that could come out. This one. Oh, it's a spy. Tiny things are. Spy hints is a mole. Mole tips. Tips. Hints are tips. Shifting 50. Oh, we've got an L for mole. Shifting 50 makes me think I need to move an L across in it somehow, but I think that's cells. A cell is a chamber, room, and if you sell out to someone, you sell out with an S, in which case that would make that's, as I think that's that. That will have to be albums, because I can't think of else. I don't understand the word there yet. Tough as old boots, that'll be. Car components of boots, yep. Tough as old boots, don't understand why. Have to do a lot of working out later. Two circles rather. Dance in 2 circles. Bossa Nova. Samba. Okay, maybe I need to tough. I mean, robust is tough as old boots, I think. Car components are boots. Made acceptable is sold, I suppose. A for American. Yeah, firm, tough, A. Okay, molecules, I suppose that must be looking at it. Molecules are small, Q's with an L in it, yep. Okay, this still looks like it wants to be an anagram of sad suckers or whatever it is, so do. I thought that's a K there. Let's have another go on the anagram thing. Play on the anagram thingy. Sucker. Ducks. Duck's arse. Okay. A hairdo is a duck's arse. I think that's correct. No wonder I wasn't getting that from the... I wasn't expecting that, which means this must be a disco. And that's probably all of it, I think, so let's check. Everything okay? Yeah, everything seems to have fitted okay. Okay, well, it was about 27 minutes, so I'm going to go through as best I can. I'm doing these on the fly, so... well, maybe a piece in the Guardian. Well, a newspaper. You get articles in the newspapers, say in the Guardian. Maybe A. Maybe A is your definition. Yeah, so A is an example of an article. So there's only 3 articles in the English language: A, an, and the. So, and then piece in the Guardian. So it's a double def of sorts. Big town is a city without the Y. So mostly. So big town mostly. CIT. Protected by. So put that in the middle of. The historic word for royal, so real. So you can think of Real Madrid is really the Royal Madrid, and real tennis is Royal Tennis. An account is a recital. Excuse me. Right, this one I have to sit and stare at a bit and do some crossing off, so I'm going to pause the video while I do that. Okay, it's quite simple really. Once you realise that a tramp is a bum, American word really, American use of the phrase, but tramp is also I think one of the setters over here, which is why I was kind of, I think probably what the misdirection is meant to send you down, and I went for it. But yeah, around bum, so to speak, for tramp, so pinching is saying put bum into an anagram of A Pro laughs at. Deplorably is your anagram indicator, and memorabilia collections are autograph albums. Partly is taken as a hidden word in cauterized, and that hidden word is uteri, which are organs. So singular is the uterus, and plural is uteri. Specific tautological statement, well, that's that, and nothing more to do. So tautological statement, I can't really explain them because I'm not up on these things, but obviously that is that. So yeah, it's obvious that is that. It's kind of tautological, I think, means it's a bit of a redundant statement. It's obvious. it's what it is. Anyway, nothing more to discuss. You would say, well, that's that. Cynthia is anagrammed liberally. Is your anagram indicator for Cynthia going into feeding the borders of herbaceous. So I've got an H and an S to start the clue, and then an anagram of Cynthia in the middle of it. And plants are hyacinths. A dance is disco. No wonder I wasn't getting to that because I was looking for specific dances. Fair enough, good clue though. And two discs. So we've got a disc, two circles. Sorry, one circle is a disc, and one circle is an O. Let's try a musical. Annie is a musical, and that's an acrostic of arrangement. Nowhere near interesting enough. Initially, as your acrostic indicator. A spy is a mole. Hints are cues for shifting 50. Yeah, I don't really understand what the shifting means there, but 50 is L in Roman numerals. Obviously, put it into that gives you tiny things which are molecules. Shifting is a containment indicator. Not sure about that. Okay, what could be stuffing is horsehair. Heroin is sometimes known as horse. Top notch is A1, and inside empty holder. So empty holder is saying take the letters out of holder gives you an HR. So A1 into HR gives you hair, and horse for heroin. Black. Black is sable is black, so colour. Black is your definition. Market is a sale, consuming beef spatula. Let's scroll on down to the comedy of errors. So comedy of errors is a play. I think it's a Shakespeare play. Not entirely sure about that. Not one of my strengths, Shakespeare. And then we've got both sides of early. So take the E and the Y, and then cause demo 4A, and anagram them all, and broadcast is your anagram indicator. Now this one, again, I need to sit and think about really. Legislator is the senator. You've got the Defence Association, which is NATO, going in. So in Defence Association, cutting the first half. So it's cutting the first half of speech. So cutting the first half of speech. So SOR. So it's put NATO. Sorry, SER. Puts NATO into SER. I'm going to have a think. Okay, after going off to look at the thesaurus, which showed me nothing, and now having another think of it, I think the speech is a sermon, so SERMON. So the first half of a sermon, or the first half of speech would be a sermon. SER going around NATO, which is the Defence Association. Or NATO is cutting into the first half of a sermon. Excuse me. Crime is treason. Well, there's only two crimes generally in crossword land: arson and treason. So in this case, we went for treason. A boy is a son, coming after a beverage, which is tea, which is going around the back of bar. So the back of bar is an R, so put an R into tea. So there's the across clues. On the downs, let's look at the downs. We have another one that I was struggling to. Well, with difficulties at a push. I thought for a minute there was some kind of hidden word backwards there, but I don't think so. Drink going. So again, I'm going to have to. Sup is to drink. Hot. Okay, we've got hot. Hot is H. Drink is to sup. They've been knocked over. Cheers is okay. Cheers. Thank you. So cheers. Thank you is tar going upwards. Tar going upwards. A in the clue. H sup going upwards. Wow. And that's with difficulty. No, that wasn't easy to get to. Awfully is your anagram indicator that abhorrent men not is an anagram of to the manner born, and to the manner born is something which you're naturally means you're naturally suited to doing something. Clubs is C. Got an anagram of give into. Spreading is your anagram indicator, and cognitive is knowledge acquisition. Okay. To force something is to be exacting. Force through is to exact. Former is X, and law is an act. Okay, some interesting definitions coming up here. Um, Tries, so if you go to a trial in the courts, you're being heard, the judge's hearings. So tries equals hears, blocking genuine, which is real, and a practice run is a rehearsal. Pronunciation is saying the sound like of betrays. In this case, betrays is to sell, is sells. If you sell out, you are betraying someone. So sells, and chambers are sells with a C. Robust is tough as old boots. We've got firm is robust is that. Firm is tough, I suppose. American is A. Acceptable is sold, and car components are boots. Okay. African kingdom is Lesotho, little enclave country in the middle of South Africa. Extremely lush is the LE from large. Sorry, extremely large. So extremely is larger LE. Lush is a sot, and HO for house. Right, what do we got here? Out of line solicitor. Well, the solicitor is a lawyer, but they haven't got an L on them. Oh, okay. Yeah, out of line. So take the L off of solicitor, which means a lawyer becomes an oya, and then perhaps holding up cats. Well, cats are tomcats, so Toms, and then oya. And Tom Sawyer is a novel. Mark Twain. Do in this case is a hairdo. Sad sucker is an anagram of duck's arse. Unfortunately, it's an anagram indicator. So yeah, the old duck's arse hairstyle, which is probably the 60s or 70s, maybe stretching into the 80s. Hindu retreats are ashrams. Animals are rams under a tree, which is an ash. Crushes, crushes young relative. So yeah, crushes is steps on, and young relative is a step son. Let's just do the last couple. To dismiss is to eject. A defective item is a reject. So take the R off of reject becomes eject. So missing cap is saying take the R off. And a vacuous roommate is take the RE. Vacate all the letters roommate gives you RE. And qualifying is fit. And a makeover is a refit. So there we go, all done. I think that took me about 27 minutes. That was not easy. Despite my early hopes that Harpo wasn't going to be tough, I think that was really tough for the Cryptic slot. But thanks for watching.